Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Kampfpanzer 50 Ton. At least I hope I pronounced that correctly. It's the Kampfpanzer 50 Ton. It's the Tier 9 German premium medium tank located on the north spawn of Pilsen and under the command of Mr. Lan. Well, you've previously seen a game with Filipperino playing this tank, and well, he didn't come off rather well at the end of the game. Mind you, he has played plenty of games, so he's actually done exceptionally well in this tank. It's quite a difficult tank to play, and I'm not sure why he stopped there for a second. I think it was to allow his teammates to catch up. Yes, it's got a 105mm gun, 320 alpha, penetration of 268mm with standard APCR, and with the heat rounds it will go through 310, so you do get a decent improvement, enabling you to take down enemy tanks. It'll also carry HE rounds which are capable of 420, but they only go through 53mm of armour. Now this tank was designed in the 1960s as a project for a medium tank. It was supposed to have a powerful gun and good armour, but it was discontinued at documentation and design stage rather than actually being put forward. It was a design by Rheinmetall, or at least it had, sorry, not a design by Rheinmetall, it had a Rheinmetall gun on it. Now, seeing as it's a 105, it was probably an L7A1 variant. Obviously, Rheinmetall did build the L7A1 to their own specifications, but basically the same British design that was so popular and also so effective. Now he's using premium consumables to boost his performance because he's after his third mark of excellence. Oh, first target coming to sight, Super Hellcat, tier 7. So yeah, his armour's working alright. Puts his first round into the Super Hellcat, gets a high roll. And he's bouncing around some of the others, but I think he's about to feel the displeasure of one of them with a heat round. It's an APCR actually. But the Star 1 has suffered a hit in return, a high roll for 373. IS-3, no, didn't get that one in. Now there's no Arty in this game, so he doesn't have to worry about getting hit by an Arty round. He's loaded the heat this time because he needs it for the IS-3, or at least if he's going to punch through virtually anywhere on the IS-3. The IS-3 is not giving him much to work with. He fires at the enemy tank that just fired at him. I think it's the Barask, but he didn't get it in. He's facing a huge number of enemy tanks. Punches through the Barask. Thin armour on that thing, but he only gets a low roll. Go for it again. Yep, and the guy's a one shot now, and he's gone. So that's one dangerous opponent out of the way. In fact, it was the Super Hellcat on our team who got the kill. Oh, and a lovely shot into the Super Hellcat, and our teammate behind us in the Emil 2, was it Emil 1, got the kill. And that just leaves the Star 2 and the IS-3. Oh, no, that one didn't work. He might take a round from the IS-3. Oh, he fluffed it! He fluffed his shot, but then so did Mr. Land directly afterwards. Okay, the Leo seems to be happy with what's going on here. And the IS-3 finally succumbs to a high roll of 335. He's coming round. Yeah, he does get one 122mm round into us for 344, but he's about to suffer another hit. Oh no, he switched target to the SDA-1 and it didn't work. Go for the IS-3, roof of the top. Yeah, gets easily through the cupola. He can easily line the shot up. Okay, the IS-3 is dead duck if he gets one more. And it's not him who gets the kill. It's actually an Indian Panzer behind him, I think, who actually gets the kill on that one. Okay, Star 1. Oh, he didn't go. He got a low roll, 288, but he will go on the next shot. Took a round, but you're dead. And that's his first kill, funnily enough, because most of the time he's been doing damage but not actually getting any kills. But he's got just under 3k of damage so far. Okay, enemy Super Hellcat up on the heights. Long range shot, 442, high roll. I'm not sure if, was that a HE round? I think it was an HE round he fired at the Super Hellcat. He knew the armour on that guy was thin. Okay, the enemy seems to be amassing around our cap area, or just north of the factories rather. And I think he's decided that the only way he can help now is actually to come in behind the enemy and start pumping rounds into their rears as they try to go forward. We do have some defenders, Jag Tiger, Super Hellcat and SU-101. Oh, T-20, thin armour. Nice hit, 348. He doesn't need to use the heat, only use the standard ammo for this one. Can you get shots on these guys? M103, engine bay, 299, 289. Low roll again. Now, he can't accurately see the enemy to get accurate shots on him. He can hit the T-20, and he does kill the T-20. Okay, Caro P88, fire through the yeah, you'll easily go through. As I've said before, if the vehicle's hiding behind cover and you've got distractible cover, just fire straight through. You will hit the target, and then you get the damage. Okay, Caro's dead. Yes! Third kill. Now, he's got a whole bunch of enemy tanks here. One shot. Oh, missed out on it. He got a low roll on that one. But he can get him on the next shot. What he needs to do is just sit here and blast away at them as they come into sight. That M103 should be spotting them for us. He's not in a position to do so. He's on the other side of the building. But the Renegade's about to come into sight, and he can hit him. Nice one through the turret. High roll, 353. Go for the 263 in the side. No, decides to go for the Emil 2 instead. He stops behind a vehicle, fires into the 263, gets a 302, which is a low roll. Okay, the enemy are trying to attack our M103 now. Yeah, fires straight through the vehicle, hits the AT7 in the side. The AT7 realises, oops, I've got problems. I'm being attacked from the side by something I can't see. And he knows he's about to die. Emil 2 gets hit through the buildings. As I said, keep firing through obstacles. You will penetrate and you will go into them as long as they're destructible. AT7 out of the game. Fourth kill. This is a virtual masterclass with the Kampfpanzer 50-ton M103. Oh, that was unfortunate. And the M103 changes course, so he knows the trouble is over here. But he's been tracked this time, and he sees us, but he can't hit us at the moment. Not easily. Hello, lower plate. Yes, 309 low roll. Is he a one shot? I think he can. If he gets a high roll, he's a one shot. Okay, just trying to get the position right. He's trying to go for the top of the tank, the weak spot, the turret. Oh! Bad accuracy on that shot. This gun normally has good accuracy. And he didn't go through the upper plate of the M103. He's loading the heat. Our teammates seem to be dealing with the other tanks that he was firing at earlier, and some of them have already been killed. The numbers are now in our favour. Okay, he's just being cautious about who he comes up on. Renegade, one shot. Yep, got him. That's 5 kills. 1/3 of the enemy team taken out by Mr. Land. M103, you're looking the wrong way. Oh, and he gets a low, well, it's a high roll, but it's not enough to take the 103 out, but this is. And he's out the game. That's the Top Gun. The Emil 2's turned up, but yeah, you're fighting the wrong tank. Oh. And he does get the kill because he's got an autoloader and Mr. Land doesn't have it. But Mr. Land's done enough. 7.8k of damage, 1.8k blocked, 1.8 of assistance. A massive game, a Top Gun. And that's it. Game over. They won. Well, that was a brilliant game, and that was an ace tanker game for Mr. Land in the Kampfpanzer 50-ton. He managed to get a spotter badge for spotting at least 1,000 hit points of damage, a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In this one, he managed to get 5 exactly. I should say the spotter actually got, because he was the only one who'd gone down the railway line and was spotting all the enemy tanks as they were coming out of hiding. They were all going after him, but it was his teammates behind him who were actually snapping up all the kills and doing all the damage, and they were quite happy at that. He got a duelist for damaging 2 or killing 2 tanks who damaged him in the game. A fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle. He got a Confederate medal for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team, a high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, and a top gun for getting at least 6 kills. It was a really epic battle. Just look at that score there. Nice amount of damage, nice amount of assist, and yet he's top of the table with 7,900 hit points. Second highest scorer was the guy who actually killed him in the end. The Emil 2 got 4,582, but it didn't help him to kill Mr. Lamb because he got wiped out shortly afterwards, and that was the end of his game. The Emil 1 on our team got 3,056 hit points, so half the damage of Mr. Lamb, but Mr. Lamb basically won that game for his team. When it came to kills, he had the highest number of them as well. 6 kills went to him, 2 kills went to the M103, the SU-101, the Emil 1, the Object 263, the Emil 2, and the AMX M4 49 Liberté on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, yeah, he's got the top in all 3 columns, doesn't he? 1,718, and the next highest scorer only had 944. Just shows you how far ahead he was of the rest of his team in skill and the amount of damage he was doing to the enemy. He fired 40 rounds in that game, 33 direct hits, 28 penetrations, damage of 7,900, of which 3,920 were at more than 300 meters, and he got most of that damage while he was sitting in the coal yard shooting at the enemy as they was trying to drive towards the cap, and it was basically just like plinking practice, you know. They were just driving straight in front of him, he was just blowing them away. 12 hits received from the enemy, 6 penetrations, 6 non-penetrations, and 1,830 hit points of damage blocked by armour. He spotted 3 enemy vehicles right at the start of the game along the railway line. 13 enemy vehicles were damaged by him, so there was only 2 enemy vehicles he didn't touch in the entire game, and 6 of them were killed by him, and he got 1,824 hit points of spotting assist. He earned 76,035 credits from the game, 28,513 from battle payments, a total of 142,566 credits altogether. And after repair, ammunition, resupply and consumables, and yes, he did have to fire a fair amount of premium ammo in that game, it was necessary, and so he actually ended up with a loss of 9,289 credits, but he is working his way towards his 3rd mark, and you have to spam gold if you're going to do that, because you need to get the penetrations, the amount of damage, so that you can then get that 3rd mark. 1,718 XP, 129 for this being a premium vehicle, and 2,706 experience points altogether. So a really great battle for the first one. Yes, we've got another battle for you coming up right now in the Kampfpanzer. Let's go to it. The second battle is on the Glacier map, and he's on the south spawn. Okay, which way is Mr. Lang going to go? Well, it looks like he's going to go up to the centre line and fight it out over that ridge line. He's got 8 degrees of gun depression to fight with, but he's also got a very strong turret because it's 250mm of armour at the front of the turret, only 40 at the sides, 30 at the rear, and the hull armour, he's got 120mm at the front and the pike nose at the front as well. Yes, there is a pike there, covered underneath the camouflage map, but it's actually the gun. It's a very good gun, decent reload time, standard reload 8.05 seconds. He's managed to get 6, and the EBR-90 takes an early hit for 341, which is a high roll. We've got a few enemy tanks making their way over. 263 takes 339, another high roll. The other guys have stopped to take shots at him, but he's pulling back. He's not going to give them an easy hit. The Caliban probably won't be able to hit at this distance because his shell's got a very slow velocity, but the Wizzy 120 might have a try, and the Wizzy 120 takes a round instead of dishing one out and pulls back into cover. The Caliban, well, we could see his outline, but it didn't get a very good shot. It was a bit snapped. Wizzy 120's trying again, and yes, he just zipped over the top of us, but he didn't hit us. He's having difficulty trying to get the shot on target, and well, that one hit the tracks but didn't get in the armour hitbox. So basically he's dominating the centre at the moment. The Caliban's on the move now. Hello! Takes one in the side, 296 low roll. He seems to be getting a number of low rolls this time. The Caliban's not going to be able to get to the northwest corner if he has to go past that Wizzy 120, and we can see the EBR takes another round for 341, which is a low roll. The Caliban's on the move, but we might be able to get around into him. Nope, we can't. He managed to escape, and the Wizzy 120 takes another round for 336, another high roll. He's now very low on armour. He's going to find it difficult to survive the rest of the battle. We can see our guys are going round the edge. Oh, he went through that wall of snow. You can shoot through that snow, funnily enough. I found out on one of the replays that it is possible to shoot through the snow if you just shoot through the top of it. And the enemy can't really see you if you do that as well, because the snow acts as a barrier. Oh, he's got the back of a T28 prototype. I think he just hit the bustle at the rear. I thought for a second it was a Wizzy, and I said, but it's actually a T28 prototype. Okay, there's an AMX 90. Is it an AMX 90? AMX 30, the French medium, just the other side of the ridgeline. The EBR managed to get up onto the top of the carrier, so he's going to be a problem up there. But we've got guys up there already, so I think they're going to stop him. Yeah, I think he's made a bit of a mistake going up there, because he's more than likely going to get wiped out by our guys. And in fact, yes, he did get wiped out by our Lynx 6x6. Now this is dangerous, because the AMX might be able to get a shot into him. In fact, the AMX is busy looking elsewhere, and oh, just missed out there. There's the T28 prototype. Now he pulled back, but he put a round into us. Yeah, that was a 120mm gun. Can we get the AMX? Yes. Peeked over the ridgeline, just managed to get enough into him, top of his turret. Wizzy 120 is going up, but he's he's gone. He didn't have enough armour left. He'd basically Mr. Lan had stripped him of most of his hit points, and well, going up that slope is a bit dangerous when you're presenting your rear to the enemy as you're going up. You can't back your way up there either. So yeah, that was a nice easy kill, and the first kill at that. T28's changed position again, or is it two T28s? There's two T28s. There's one of them. That's the one he hit earlier in the game, and he's out of the game. The other T28 is over there. Now we're in that little dip next to the passage. From here, we can go hull down on the T28, and we're shooting over the side of the vehicle. Nice, got another one in, but it's a low roll. Did get spotted. Ah, the convoy's moved into position. Now he has to be careful, because the convoy could do severe damage at this angle. Remember, we've got weak armour on the sides and the rear. And the convoy's... Oh, the convoy's moving! And now, get its turret. It's got a weak turret. 270. And now we've got a Scorpion. Plain old Scorpion. Sharp Future 4. This is a smorgasbord of enemy tanks to just chomp our teeth down into. Mr. Lan is helping himself as a good buffet. MX-30, you're a one-shot and you're about to die. If we get there first, it might be somebody else. Oh, he gets him! But he takes a round from the T28 prototype in the process. He's got his heat armed now. Conway tries to get around at us, but gets taken out by our T54 lightweight. And they've just lost their Scorpion. There's the Char, not looking. He did put a round into our tracks though. He's now going to be distracted. He's got another teammate, and he just takes out our T54 lightweight. But he takes another round from Mr. Lan. Now he's about to go. Oh, he got a low roll. 310. He gets another round into us. He's now empty. And he tried to go for the ram, but he failed, and he's dead. And now that's 4 kills. There's only 3 enemies left. A Striv S1, a T28 prototype who's been causing us a few problems throughout the game so far, and then 48's Kampfpanzer. There goes the T28. That's the 5th kill. Or is it? No, it wasn't the 5th kill, because it went to the Object 263 instead. And in fact, they're now losing their others. The Striv S1's gone. There's the Kampfpanzer. He was sitting in the rear. He's not a very good player. Oh, but he's good enough to take Mr. Lan out. But he was low on hit points. I spoke too soon there. That Rampanzer was good enough to take out Mr. Land, but that's only because he's still got plenty of hit points, and Mr. Land has been obliterating the enemy and now has 5.7k, 2k of assist, and the rest of the team are just closing in to shout mine, 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 and take out the last enemy. And there he goes, and game over. Now, was that enough to get a third mark? We'll have to see. Of course it was enough to get a third mark. Look at that. He's got his third mark of excellence on the Kampfpanzer 50 ton. He also got an ace tanker in that game. Yeah, I mean, he was hitting so many enemy tanks. It was definitely he was going to get an ace tanker, and he taking on that Wizzy 120 at long range and stripping him of his health and then finally killing him. You could tell what sort of game he was after. He wanted just to take as much damage on the enemy as he could. He got a spotter badge for spotting at least 1,000 hit points of damage, a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 10 in total. A fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 4. He was getting so close to getting a top gun, but in this one, no, he didn't get it. The fire effect for doing more damage than the hit points for his own vehicle. A Confederate for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. And finally, he got the high caliber because he dealt the most damage in that game. And you could see why, because he was just taking on each target one after the other. Bang, bang, bang. They were all falling, or at least they all seemed to be falling for him. And it was all falling in line. And it was a really good battle. Let's have a look at the team score and see where he is. Well, he's top of the scoreboard when it comes to damage with 6,088 hit points. The next high scorer only had half of that. It's slightly more than half. The Object 263 on his team managed 3,087 hit points. And the third highest damage in the game actually turns out to be on the enemy team. It's their Striv S1, and none of his shots ever came Mr. Land's way. He only got 2,369. That was the best player on the enemy team. When it came to kills, he's got the highest number of those. He had 4 kills. 2 kills went to the Object 263, the Canadian Jagdpanzer 105, and the Scorpion on his team, and also that T-54 lightweight who diverted the Charfu 204 for just a moment, a brief moment, and the Charfu 204 killed the T-54 lightweight. But if he'd actually held on to that round and fired it in Mr. Land's direction, I think he would have killed Mr. Land instead of the Rampanzer. But yes, so T-54, you were a good distraction and a morsel for the Charfu 204. And let's have a look at the base XP. Yeah, he's got that one as well. So he's got the top in all 3 columns. 1,594. He's the only player to get over 1,000 and way over 1,000 in that one. 874 to the Object 263, 828 to the T-54 lightweight. What a game. Let's have a look at detail. 30 shots fired, 25 direct hits and 21 penetrations. Damage of 6,088 hit points, of which 3,521 were at more than 300 meters. So more than half the damage he was dealing in that game was at long range, and just goes to show the accuracy and the speed of shell is very good. So what you point at, you generally hit, and it is a good gun in that sense. 10 hits received from the enemy, only 5 of which penetrated, 5 non-penetrations, and 1 hit by way of splash as well. 1,020 hit points of damage blocked by armor. He spotted 5 enemy vehicles, damaged 11 of the enemy, killed 4, and got 2,220 hit points of spotting assist. He earned 65,522 credits from the game, 24,571 from battle payments, 122,854 altogether, but he spammed the heat like it was going out of fashion, and as a consequence he made a loss of 36,256 credits for the game. But he won't worry, because of course he got the third mark, which means now he doesn't need to spam the heat rounds or the APCR anymore. He just switched back to normal ammo. In fact, actually normal ammo is APCR, and just switch back to normal ammo and make a decent profit every game. But I'm sure he enjoyed that battle. 1,594 XP, 120 for this being a premium vehicle, 2,511 experience points altogether. Some people say that this is a difficult tank to score a victory in, but well, Mr. Land's third marked it, so there you go. You can do it if you put your mind to it, and he certainly did. And well, the enemy probably really felt it that game. They must have been cursing their luck to end up with Mr. Land on the opposite team, because of course he just basically monstered them and took advantage of the opportunity to pick up his third mark. I hope you enjoyed those two replays. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And please do let other players know that we exist, because apparently not many people do know that we are around. We do have over 7,600 videos in total. In fact, if you include the videos we've got on the other channel, the General, we've got over, well, it's actually closer to 8,500 videos in total, which is far more than the other channels have got. But we're just trying to keep the players happy, keep everyone happy by having their moments on YouTube and having a chance to look back over previous victories and see how well they did in the past. Thanks for watching.